So the last part of the custom terrain that I want to cover today is how to create these information, this a new terrain, if you don't have any drone scans or any 3D models to take for, like any point clouds or not, you have like just rudimentary information, which is basically a drawing with contour lines or like a 3D model that you know where it's going to be placed in terms of the elevation. So we just need something that will give us like a reference for how that topography is supposed to be, right? And the compatible file formats is just like what we use for drawing overlay and the models that you can import. And then these can come from civil model, from civil drawings, grading drawings, geotechnical drawings, anything, right? So you just need something that you can use as a reference to define like the elevation of points. So let me hide this model over here and the sound. And in this case, I brought in a drawing from Bluebeam. However, when I placed this drawing over here, I was looking for my contour lines and I noticed that they are quite faint in this drawing. So there is this little trick in Bluebeam that you can adjust this shape, this drawing to show you exactly what you want, right? So I'm gonna go first on document and I'm gonna click on crop pages to focus only at the area that I need. So I'm gonna get a window over here to crop it, and I'm gonna get just this area over here to import to cmBuilder. So now that I crop my pages, I noticed that the contour lines are showing with like a light gray color, whereas like the noise is showing like with a dark, with like black color. So you can go into your document, and this can be used for like any other things that you need in Bluebeam. It's a good trick for Bluebeam. You can go over here and go into document and color processing. So this will allow me to select the source color and change it to another color. So I'm gonna select everything that is in black in my drawing. I want to become transparent. So you see that the transparent, like now everything that is black is transparent. In everything that was the light gray, I want to become like black. So I'm hiding the noise, and I'm also highlighting what I need in terms of information that is the actual contour lines, right? So now I have a good drawing to bring into cmBuilder. And once I bring that drawing to cmBuilder, you're gonna see something like this, that is easier for you to find out where the contour lines are. Okay, and also a good practice is for you to lock the drawings once you have them in the right space, because now you won't be able to select them unless you double click. So if I click once, I won't be selecting this drawing anymore. Cool. Now let's go into the custom terrain tool, and the process is that I usually for this, if I'm using contour lines, I will deactivate the topography lines, and I will start from the default project map, just so like I can like get a clean start. And we are gonna now create a terrain from points. So the process now is that I'm gonna add these points manually. I'm not gonna import them from somewhere else. So I'm gonna click on a location that I know what is the elevation for that point. So if I click on this area, I know that this point is supposed to be on 772 feet. So I'm gonna just type in over here, 772 feet. And if for some reason you didn't type in at this location, you can just go in here and then type in over here. So this is showing in feet and this is in meters just because of my settings, but I'm gonna go ahead and just change this to show in, this is showing in meters because I'm working with the UTM zone. So if I change this to scene, it will show in feet, okay? So basically you can now type in also the information about the elevation of those points from here, and the software will understand, right? But let's go ahead and do one of these lines. So if I go ahead and do that, so let me delete these points. So the quickest way for you to do this process is for you to define the elevation of the first point that you want to create, right? So 772. Always work on your 2D view because you're going to be making sure that you're selecting the correct location of your points. And then you're going to select this over here. Use the last selected points elevation, because this will lock the elevation of your points. Every time that you add a new point, we'll just use the previous one out of the previous elevation. So now it's just a matter of us creating a lot of points on this contour line, right? And the level of accuracy over here, I would say that you don't need to create like points that are too close to each other. So this distance that I'm putting over here, that's around like 15 feet, 20 feet, that's totally fine. Like you can put more whenever you need more resolution. Let's say, for example, over here, you want to make sure that this area is correctly covered, or where you have like sharp turns of your contour line, like this one of here. So you can just like create more points on this area to make sure that you get a better accuracy of that area. But just keep in mind that you don't need to be super precise about this, because there will be some approximations of the shape, right? So that's it. And also in terms of like which contour lines you're going to select, you also don't need to do all of them. You can skip a couple, because again, the software will propagate what's happening in between. But if there is like a huge difference, like a huge spacing in between the contour lines, it's better if you keep like, if you use them. But like whenever the contour line is a little bit denser, you can like skip a lot of them, because like the extrapolation from here to here is not going to be that bad. Okay.
Can I just chime in here? So just after talking to a lot of customers, this is often the best solution to try, to be honest, just because you don't really need any other softwares. You don't need lots of pre-processing done by, say, a BDC team or something like that. You literally just need a drawing with contour line. There's some manual aspects to it, but you can control it all yourself, right? So, you know, while the automated process around like getting the surfaces or CSVs into it is nice, of course, when it works and it's more robust. Often, if you're just doing something quick, it might be easier to do it this way. Just feedback from customers that we get, because almost a drawing package has a drawing with the contour line like this, and you can just import it as any other drawing and then go from there.
And now that I think of it, I should have started with this one.
Yeah, could have started with this, because this is like V1. V1 is bring a drawing and just like you always do, it just happens to have contour lines, and then you pop a couple points on there and you adjust it, and you're done. Exactly. So yeah, it's okay.
When you look at sideways, you can see the comparison of like where these points are located and where the default terrain was created, right? So this is a good way for you to kind of like set this up. Oh, to compare like what's going to be the difference between the original terrain to the default, to the one that you created. So I'm going to cancel this, because I already have like an option that is created over here with all the contour lines. And then as I open them, you can see like more or less what is the level of resolution that I used over here, and what is the impact that this has on the terrain, right? So when I confirm it and I want to set this up as my initial terrain, we can see the difference between this one and the default project one and the contour line one. So like this is the default project, and this is the one using the contour line. So you're going to see like quite a big difference at this location. Cool. So this is it for custom terrain. I knew that this was going to take a long time to explain, because I wanted to go in depth over here, especially because there are so many other situations where like you don't know exactly what you're going to get in terms of like data available. So it's just a good thing to know, like that you have all of these different options for you to go through, right? So yeah, so basically that's it.